Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday to you. My name is Karen Dubin. I am the Chief Operating Officer for the Sweet Institute, and I have been reading with you Carl Rogers on Becoming a Person. And I'm going to be continuing on page 90, and we're going to go up to the top of page 92, and to introduce this section, and then after that, we'll continue on through the course of the week. There's a lot of dialogue in those other sections, so we're just going to stay with the introduction of this section today, and then move into the dialogue pieces later on in this week. So this is the discovery that the core of personality is positive. One of the most revolutionary concepts to grow out of our clinical experience is the growing recognition that the innermost core of man's nature, the deepest layers of his personality, the base of his animal nature, is positive in nature, is basically socialized, forward-moving, rational, and realistic. The point of this view is so foreign to our present culture that I do not expect it to be accepted, and it is indeed so revolutionary in its implications that it should not be accepted without thoroughgoing inquiry. But even if it should stand these tests, it will be difficult to accept. Religion, especially the Protestant Christian tradition, has permeated our culture with the concept that man is basically sinful, and only by something approaching a miracle can his sinful nature be negated. In psychology, Freud and his followers have presented convincing arguments that the id, man's basic and unconscious nature, is primarily made up of instincts which would, if permitted expression, result in incest, murder, and other crimes. The whole problem of therapy, as seen by this group, is how to hold these untamed forces in check in a wholesome and constructive manner, rather than in the costly fashion of the neurotic. But the fact that at heart man is irrational, unsocialized, destructive of others and self, is a concept accepted almost without question. To be sure, there are occasional voices of protest. Maslow puts up a vigorous case for man's animal nature, pointing out that the antisocial emotions, hostility, jealousy, etc., result from frustration of more basic impulses for love and security and belonging, which are in themselves desirable. And Montague likewise develops the thesis that cooperation rather than struggle is the basic law of human life. But these solitary voices are little heard. On the whole, the viewpoint of the professional worker as well as the layman is that man, as he is in his basic nature, had best be kept under control or under cover or both. As I look back over many years of clinical experience and research, it seems to me that I have been very slow to recognize the falseness of this popular and professional concept. The reason, I believe, lies in the fact that in therapy there are continually being uncovered hostile and antisocial feelings. So it is easy to assume that this indicates the deeper and therefore the basic nature of man. Only slowly has it become evident that these untamed and unsocial feelings are neither the deepest nor the strongest, and that the inner core of man's personality is the organism itself, which is essentially both self-preserving and social. To give more specific meaning to this argument, let me turn again to the case of Mrs. Oak. Since the point is an important one, I shall quote at some length from the recorded case to illustrate the type of experience on which I have based the foregoing statements. Perhaps the excerpts can illustrate the opening up of layer after layer of personality until we come to the deepest elements. And I'm going to end there, and tomorrow we're going to keep going with the 8th interview on the top quarter of page 92, and we will continue on till perhaps the middle of page 96, where there looks like there is a natural break. So thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I look forward to reading for you again.